Hi, I'm Rick Green. I'm a comedy writer, actor, producer, director who has a degree in science and has ADHD. I want to take apart a common frustration for people who have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and that is running late. Now, in a previous video, I mentioned how I became so stressed from rushing to arrive on time to avoid being late. And I finally decided, that's it, I am done. And I made changes. And I posted the video and a lovely woman commented, yes, this is me too. I don't understand how he just decided not to be late anymore. I say it every time too, but somehow I'm still late. I don't want to be. I hate being late. It's so stressful. She capitalized a few words. So I promised I would explain how I did it. Now, to be clear, I didn't just decide and that was it. First, I allowed myself to think about how frustrating, infuriating, and anxiety-inducing it is on my brain and my body to always be rushing to do everything. I know it's important to be positive, think positive thoughts, but it's more important sometimes to be realistic and face the truth. And I had to admit and confront what it was costing me to be late, how dangerous it was for me and all the other drivers to be rushing, anxious, stressed, rather than calm, clear, focused on the traffic around me, especially knowing how many other drivers are probably also running late and stressed. It's the zeitgeist, the tenor of the times, right? The worst part, the anxiety and stress weren't just mine. It was hurting our marriage. My wife hates being late and she gets very agitated. So that motivated me to figure out why I was almost always running late. To see where the problem lay, I simply jotted down a list of the half dozen things that I need to do to get out the door on time. And then I put in a time, rough time, how long each one would take. And if this sounds like a lot of work, it's a modest amount. You only have to do it once, and like me, you'll be shocked. The problem wasn't any of the half dozen things I had to do. It's that there were 37 things. Let's go through this. For example, your alarm goes off, you turn it off, you drink some water, hydrating, great, 1 minute. Make the bed, 2 minutes, take your pills, 1 minute, maybe less, some morning exercise, yoga, tai chi, treadmills, or whatever it is. Maybe you sip your tea or coffee while you check social media for a minute or two, and that'll, of course, turn into 28 minutes. Allow 5 minutes to get dressed. More if you have to sort through the basket of clean laundry that you didn't put away to find something unwrinkled or less wrinkled. And finally, out the door you go and you're done. Well, you have to wait for the elevator, so that's 2 more minutes. And then you remember it's garbage day, so you got to go back, gather it up. Then as you're doing that, you realize you didn't put on deodorant, so you got to do that now, taking your shirt off, and that's an additional 3 minutes. And as you're doing that, you notice the toilet is still running again, so you have to jiggle the handle to get it to stop and then wait for 2 minutes while till it makes sure it stops. You head for the door, you notice a spider plant is desperately in need of water. It doesn't need much, 30 seconds, a minute, maybe. Finally, have you got everything? Keys, wallet, phone, purse. Where's my phone? I had it in my hand a minute ago. And it takes anywhere from, 1 to 12 minutes to find out where you put it. Realizing you pee at that point because of the stress, you have to go back another minute, waiting for the toilet to stop running again, 2 minutes. It can go on and on and on, but add up the time, add a cushion to allow for the unexpected, and voila, now you know why you're always late and mornings are so stressful. It takes me an hour. No, there's an hour and 54 minutes of stuff to do here. Now that you know, you have 3 options. 1, simply accept that you're always going to be late, but at least you have comfort in knowing why. Not ideal. Number 2, go to bed earlier. Yeah. Possible. Likely. Yeah. Okay, 3. Arrange your clothes, keys, wallet, purse, theater tickets, lunch, coffee machine, everything. Set them up the night before. Bunch everything together by the door. And then you're going to have to get up earlier. You just are. It may only be 15 minutes, but that does it. For me, it was about a half hour extra. And that made all the difference because I went with number 3. Of course, the challenge with ADHD is sticking to the list, following the routine and not ending up adding a few things because, oh, I think I'm a bit ahead, so I'll do some crafts or wrap a present or I don't know. So making the list is a one-time thing, but you will be shocked at how much you have to do. And you will no longer think, well, I haven't done anything today, just get out the door. You've done lots today. Sticking to it every day is the challenge, but I found the more I did it, the easier it got. And by easier, I mean stress-free, no panic, no mad scramble, just felt like we were out the door together, on time, I'm large, I'm in charge. And that, for me, was a very unusual and novel experience. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful, actually. Do like, share, comment, and you can subscribe to this channel, or you can do it through Patreon and become a patron for as little as $3 a month. And that's the only thing, really, that allows me to keep going. It's a great community of people. Check it out. But not if it's going to make you run late.